buddy, you done stepped in it. You done stepped in it, Stephen A. You have stepped in it. I always knew you was a double talking liar. There have been other times you've proven to be a double talking, hypocritical liar. But you lied. And now I don't have to say allegedly he lied or speculatory and none of that stuff. You lied. You lied in front of the whole world. And it ain't an oversight. You just wanted to feel like you was right and justified to do what you were doing. Which is the reason why nobody should buy a book from you. Because you're only going to lie. Who knows what all lies you just told in the book? Your lie was so egregious, you've destroyed your whole credibility sitting on that panel. Whatever reason he tell you he was at those colleges, you can't believe it now. Because you have been proven to be a liar. What story you saw, T. Austin? What's up, MC VIP? Oh, we finna get to it because this guy sat right here in this seat and lied. Yep, like he lied about the Skip Bayless situation. This is even bigger than the Skip Bayless situation because nobody really focused in when he was talking about the Skip Bayless situation. But he always got that dumbfounded look on his face as if, like, what are you talking about? I ain't do a damn thing. I did not eat that last piece of cheese. He's always got this dumbfounded look on his face as if he don't know what in the hell you talking about. You ever notice that? Scooby-Dooby-Doo! Wobble-roll! Yeah, that pot smoking detective dog. Now, let's get to this. We understand you're a company man. But my God, was his lie ever egregious? Now, we're going to get to his lie. Now, remember when he said to Jay Williams on the show, Jay Williams said, with Kyrie Irving, this seems personal with you, Stephen A. Remember when he said that? Remember when he said those words? Stephen A., when it comes to Kyrie Irving, this seems personal. And what was Stephen A.'s response to that?
You 1 million for me with Kyrie.
Yeah.
What seems personal? It seems personal.
He said it. It seems personal with you and Kyrie Irving.
It seems personal.
I don't want it to be personal.
What seems personal?
It seems personal for you.
For me, with
I want it to be personal.
what seems personal?
It seems.
Look, Molly even says it.
Kyrie, or is this personal?
No,
Seems you. I watch your show every day.
So what?
All right,
I
are we
work
talking
with
about
you.
Kyrie, or is this personal?
It seems
I
personal.
don't want it to be personal.
What seems personal?
It seems personal for you.
For me, with Kyrie,
Yes.
you
1,000,000%.
You of all people with all the interest you have got the nerve to sit here in national television and tell me I'm getting personal with a player. I don't lose no sleep.
I didn't say you lose
I
sleep.
don't lose any sleep
I
over
didn't say you
Kyrie
lose
Irving.
sleep.
I'm passionate about the subjects I'm passionate about.
Yeah, so it's about the subjects he's passionate about. Oh, no. I'm not reaching, new guy. The guy who said, oh, you reaching. No. Did you hear what he just said? He said what? When the brother Jay Williams said, I think it's personal between you and Kyrie Irving, this man just said, what? You of all people think it's personal between me and a player? I don't lose no sleep over Kyrie Irving. Now, when he get in front of those Pank folks, he talk a little different.
Fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why.
It's
He knows
personal.
why. It's personal. It's differences that I don't think have our differences. I'm still gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences. They're gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences. Differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why, but now me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why, but that doesn't.
Now, when you sit down with him, instead of Jay Williams, now it's personal with Kyrie Irving. So, which one is it? The brother man could read your BS and tell it's personal. He was like, it sound personal with me, with you and Kyrie. That sound personal. Now, you tell me you just made yourself the biggest liar in the world right now. You just made yourself the biggest liar in the world right now. All the ranting and raving you've been doing about Kyrie Irving, talking about I'm calling it down the line, it ain't personal, I'm not getting personal with an athlete. That was just 2-3 days ago. You, of all people, think I'm getting personal with an athlete? That's what you told the brother man. But when you got in front of the other man, it's personal. He knows why. What Kyrie do to you? He know what he did. I ain't gonna talk about it, but he know it's never gonna be resolved. Then you shouldn't be allowed to talk about Kyrie Irving. If that's the case, you should not be allowed to talk about Kyrie Irving. Because it's personal for you. But if you're not going to say why it's personal, then you shouldn't be talking about it. You shouldn't speak on him then. It'd be like, dog, you can't just come out here every day, slander my name, make up all these things and make it like I'm a terror every day. And then don't back it up. If I tell y'all anything of why I don't like LeBron James, I ain't just saying I don't like him because I don't like him. You got a whole plethora of reasons why I don't like him. And everybody knows it. We talk about it every game, every day. Goddamn idiots working here. Freaking idiots. I gotta do everything right. I gotta get it right. If I don't do it, it don't get done. Now, let's get to the gist of other things. Right? Stephen A. Smith, who has made a living of bashing Kyrie Irving. You have not liked Kyrie Irving from the moment he left Cleveland. Before then, you had no problem with Kyrie Irving. LeBron James could skip as many days as possible. You never criticized LeBron for missing games. LeBron has been one of the main people who have been load managing for years. And y'all never say that. Oh, well, he's 38 years old doing what he's doing, and still he plays every other night. He sat out last night against Giannis. He didn't want to break the record on Giannis. They were still at home. They wanted to break it that night against OKC. He didn't want to have to break it on Giannis. He had to get as many points as possible, but he was taking the Giannis game off so that they could do some LeBron celebration crap. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep it with the big liar, the other liar, Stephen A. Smith. That was an egregious lie you just told. The reason why you didn't say that when Jay Williams called you out and said, I think it's personal with you and Kyrie Irving. I think it's personal. And you sat there and act like it was an egregious comment that Jay Williams brought up. You think I'm what? With a player? Like he went to level 9, didn't he? Didn't he go to like level 9, level 10 of shock and amazement that someone brought up the fact he was shocked and applauded? Like, I am so shocked. Why is he saying that's personal? You didn't want Jay Williams to be right. So you will say anything. You will loud talk. Get all animated. And because you know, some people feel, that stupid people feel, that the louder you talk, you're making a point. You can talk as loud as you want. You can say and scream a whole bunch of nothing. But the person that's sitting there that's untriggered and calm, who's not animated, is probably got the better point. You just got to listen. People just look at things and don't listen. Perfect exercise. Let's give a display of it. I'm going to hold my finger up like this. Everybody, hold your finger up like this. Right? Put it down like this. All right, now put your finger back up like this. Okay, got it? Now put it on your chin. Put your finger on your chin. Now, if you didn't put your finger on your chin and you put it right here, you weren't listening. And that is what Stephen A. Smith is doing to the rest of the world. He's got you looking at what he's doing and following that instead of listening to what he's actually saying. Now, if you were someone, oh, what, you failed the test, huh? You failed the test, huh? I mean, how many of y'all fail? How many of y'all failed that test? Because it sounded like a lot of people failed. It sounded like a lot of y'all failed that test. Somebody's like, I did. I failed. They're like, you got me. Man. That's called a listening test. And that's how you could tell if someone follows what they see more than what they hear. So this is what Stephen A. is using when he gets all animated and starts yelling and banging. People see that and believe, oh man, Stephen A. getting on them. But if you listen to the points that's being made, you'll see that he's just backtracking and trying to get out of it. So he was trying to get out of the conversation that Jay Williams wouldn't let him out. He wouldn't release him out of the conversation. He kept sticking the point right there and staying there. He wouldn't rotate. He wouldn't agree so they could move on and get Tim involved. Tim was just sitting there with his hand crossed like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to sit here and smile and stay here like a robot. So Tim was just sitting there and it was like, Tim, sit down. No, we'll get to your ass in a minute, Tim. Hey! Tim was out the picture. 100%. But you need to explain to the world what your problem is with Kyrie Irving. What did Kyrie personally do to you, Stephen A.? Because you can't just throw that out into the world and not explain it.
But that doesn't stop me. I'm not gonna say why. We have our differences. I'm still gonna, even if I don't like your ass. That attitude is that even if I don't like your ass, I'm still gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why. But that doesn't.
How? All of a sudden, we got a beef that didn't exist before you just opened your mouth.
It's personal. I'm not gonna say why. Be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why. But that doesn't. That.
It's personal, and I ain't gonna say why.
Personal. I'm not gonna say why. There's differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He know. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why.
Fair. Fair means, in his mind, what he think is fair. But this guy sat there and just admit he has personal differences with Kyrie Irving after lying about it. And he's going on a tour on other shows that's not ESPN to talk about Kyrie Irving. Now, here's another woman that has her own show, that Stephen A is sitting over here being Mr. Creepy Predator Man. He comes and walks over there, right? And you doing this woman a favor, grabbing her microphone on USA Today, right? She said, "Oh, Mr. Stephen A, we want to talk about Kyrie. Can you come over here and talk about Kyrie, please, with me?" "Oh, how could I resist? Huh, your long, stringy hair. I love it. And you said Kyrie. I don't like Kyrie Irving. So yeah, I got a lot to say. I can't talk with the brothers because they gonna read me right away. They can see through me. But you, my milk of magnesia. Oh, I can't wait. Where should we begin? Should we start with this monster Subway sandwich? Or the number 6, the boss? Personally, I tear some Subway up. But it's your show. It's not my show. I'll let you go. All right, let's kick it off.
Stain and an embarrassment on the careers of Kevin Durant and Kyrie. It's a stain and an embarrassment. It's a disastrous era. It's a stain and an embarrassment on the careers of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in this respect. Their games are superb. Both are superstars. Nobody's questioning that. But they went to Brooklyn with the notion that they would be running the show. Mm-hmm. And then it was nothing but dysfunctionality that raped the franchise. In 3.5 years, they literally have one playoff series victory to show for it. And when you have that, what happens is that any player out there who wanted power handed to them, who wanted the organization to defer to them to some degree, you've now jeopardized all of that because every organization is able to point to Kyrie Irving and say, look at what he did. You see why the GM needs to... Mm-hmm. And then it was a disastrous era. It's a stain and an embarrassment on the careers of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in this respect. Their games are superb. Go for it. And when you have that, what happens is that any player out there who wanted power handed to them, who wanted the organization to defer to them to some degree, you've now jeopardized all of that because every organization is able to point to Kyrie Irving and say, look at what he did. You see why the GM needs to hold power, the president of basketball operations to hold power, that the coach has to run power. You can't let figuratively or verbally the players run the asylum per se.
Why you don't say that with LeBron James? LeBron James every year changes like 15 players at the All-Star break. Never have you said the inmates running the asylum or the players running the asylum like they're all inmates. Now, if you said the players was running things and they're ready to leave now because somebody's breaking what they're doing, then obviously what they were doing was working. But the general managers decided to go against the players when they traded James Harden. They didn't ask for Ben Simmons. They said, oh, hell no, not Ben Simmons. But why are you going on a world tour on shows that are not your own? This ain't ESPN. You over here on this Subway Sally show, she done hooked you in with her wit and charm. Miss Milk of Magnesia then grabbed you. I'm going to take a swing at this. She don't really know diddly squat about sports, mainly basketball. Why are you here, sir? At this mom and pop stop. Got you in front of the Subway sign with Subways in the damn thing. You look ridiculous. And you're selling a lie that LeBron James has been the face of for years. And you want to make Kyrie Irving the face of it. Wait till he get caught in a scandal. Hit the like button, good people. Hit the like button, good people.
On Kyrie.
Hit the like button up.
Kyrie,
Yes.
you,
I'm being triggered right now.
well, I'm always triggered.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Like he said, I'm always triggered. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. I watch the show. You're not always triggered. You're not triggered when Dana White does something. You're not triggered when Jerry Jones get caught in something. You're not triggered when it seems to be anybody else who is Caucasian doing things. Never seen you triggered. You only get triggered if it's somebody black and you pick them out to be the target. You make them targets and then you go after them. You go at lengths to talk about Kyrie Irving. Seriously, you do. You go to great lengths to talk about Kyrie Irving. I'm not here to talk about or sound like. You ain't got to listen to me. All you got to do is listen to Stephen A. Stephen A will tell you he a liar front and center. Ain't that right, Stephen A? Let's listen to him not want to tell the brother man who was calling him out on his BS. See, that's your calling him out on his BS look. See how your hands folded and you all calm? You sitting there, that's that calling you out on your BS look. This is Molly look like, oh, yeah. I just don't want it to be a bloodbath. I really don't like Jay either. And if you on the Patreon, you already know what I'm talking about. But the rest of y'all will see that a little later. Now, here's the situation.
I am.
No, you are not.
Okay.
I've seen you. I watch your show every day.
So what?
All right,
I
are we
work
talking
with
about
you.
Kyrie or is this personal?
It seems
I
personal.
don't want it to be personal.
What seems personal?
So-
It seems personal for you.
For me with Kyrie?
Yes.
You
1,000,000%.
You of all people with all the interest you have got the nerve to sit here in national television and tell me I'm getting personal with a player?
Look at him. I'm getting personal with a player. Like it's look, now don't listen to me. Listen to Stephen A. Now he's saying like, what? You think I'm getting personal with a player?
I don't lose no sleep.
I didn't say you lose
I
sleep.
don't lose any sleep
I
over
didn't say
Kyrie
you lose
Irving.
sleep.
I don't lose no sleep over Kyrie Irving.
I'm passionate about the subjects I'm passionate about.
I'm just passionate over the subject. I'm passionate about. I don't lose no sleep. You said what? You said what? I get emotional over a player?
Irving,
Ain't that what he was saying?
Which he conducted himself, and that is the problem. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why, but that doesn't stop me. The difference is that I don't think will ever be settled.
Now,
So my attitude is you ain't worth my paper. So my attitude is that even if I don't like your ass, I'm still gonna be fair. Now me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why, but
now, all of a sudden, it's personal. He just said it wasn't personal. You think I'm getting personal with a player? That was just days ago. Now it's personal. Now, when you get in front of the other man, it's personal.
But I'm not gonna say why. He knows will ever be settled. I don't think we'll get. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why, but that doesn't stop me. It's personal. I'm not gonna. He knows why. It's personal. He knows why. I think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal.
It's personal.
Not gonna say why, but that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop me from looking at him and saying he's a phenomenal player. By the way, you'll appreciate this because I've been wanting to tell you this. I've been having to tell people this the last couple of days. It can't seem like they can comprehend it. There's a difference between superstar players and superstars. Not me. From looking at him and saying he's a phenomenal player. Why? But I'm still going.
There's somebody who disrespects you and then try to shoe shine and polish you up. You just shitted on them, and now you want to try to wipe the shit out of their face. It's like, come on. That's supposed to take away the fact you just dumped on them. That's supposed to make them feel better. Now, don't you notice a trend here? He sat down in front of a lot of people and he's never said anything about having a personal beef with Kyrie Irving until now. What could your beef be with Kyrie Irving? You hate Kyrie because he's not you. That's why you hate Kyrie. Kyrie Irving isn't you, bro. Kyrie Irving knows who he is. He knows his identity. He knows where he stands. As an individual, he knows exactly who he is and why he is the way he is. He's went on a journey to find out his heritage because it's bigger than money with him. He left the Brooklyn Nets because the Brooklyn Nets was disrespectful to him. That's why he left. So all of these things that you're talking about, it's not quite adding up. And then we just saw what we just saw and heard what we just heard. We just heard this man sit down in front of another brother man because he didn't want Jay Williams to be right. He would rather lie and ruin his reputation than to let Jay Williams be right. When Jay Williams said, seems personal to me. With Kyrie, yeah, seems personal. And he couldn't say what he just said in front of Pat McAfee. He couldn't sit there and tell the same story he just said in front of Pat McAfee. Why is that? Because in his heart of hearts, he already knows why he can't. The reason why he can't say that in front of Pat McAfee is the same reason why he didn't. I mean, he could say that to Pat McAfee and couldn't say that to Jay Williams because Jay Williams was calling him out on his BS and he could not submit to the brother on his own show that he would ruin his whole sports integrity by coming out and lying in front of everybody. Jay Williams was right, but we knew that without even having him come out and expose himself. We know it's personal just by the way he keeps doing it. We like, dog, you know, if you don't like somebody, you say it and move on. It's like every day you find a reason to hate on Kyrie Irving. And it don't just stop there. He did the same thing to Russell Westbrook. Still doing it to this fact that he made up an entire lie about Westbrook. I gotta get them to fix that. It's supposed to be more lights. Some of the bulbs went out. I gotta get them to come do that. I'm not getting on a ladder. Forget that. My ladder days is over. Now I'm delegating. Yeah, he did that. He did it to Russ. That's why Russ' wife is speaking out. She's angry. She know the fans are gonna do what they do, but they feed off the stuff they get off ESPN. They feed off that garbage. Right away. Because, see, here's the thing. It's a waste of time. You see, Brett Favre is retired. He ain't got nothing else to do. Kyrie Irving has got to play for the Dallas Mavericks. He don't have time to be going through some defamation lawsuit with somebody, letting it be drug out throughout the year when they can knock it down to where you can't really prove anything. Like, Brett Favre isn't going to win that lawsuit against Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee. He's not going to win it at all. You can call somebody a sleazeball. They're going to be like, how did him calling you a sleazeball affect you? Didn't Silly Gilly try that with me and Kwame Brown? How did that work out? My man was in a boxing robe. He made us apologize. How he make you do something you already done? We did that on our own accord. We had no legal terms to apologize to anyone. Nothing legally made us do anything. No judge said you got to do this. See, a judge has to say it. See, when it comes to defamation, you have to prove damages. You can't get new deals and then say I've been damaged. It don't work that way. Now, if he'd have lost deals because of these situations, then he'll be able to say, hey, I lost a multi-million-dollar deal because of this. Then you have to prove that. So it's a lot to prove. And see, the thing was, I didn't have to do anything. I wasn't in that video. But I did it anyway. Because he has some information that he won in a court of law to prove that the article, even though it was up, it was proven to be false in the court of law. So, well, this is why Stephen A is not going to mention. Have you noticed he doesn't mention Kwame Brown anymore? He doesn't mention him at all. That's why he's saying, "Oh man, I never would have did it." That was his version of an apology, and he only did it because he went on the Pivot podcast and they did 1 million views. So the 1 million people got to see and hear him talk about Stephen A. Smith in a negative light. So to try to get some of the egg off his face, he went on a podcast and trying to say, "Man, I mean, hey, I just call it on basketball. That's it. If he felt that way, brother, it's not personal with me." Now we know that's a lie because now it's personal with him, with Kyrie Irving. He's done some things personally to only Kwame Brown's channel that he didn't do to other people's channel. So this video right here proves that you are a liar. 100% liar. This video proved it. You can't wiggle your way out of it. It's through your own words. You have just lied in front of the American public. And if you try to take me to court for saying, hey, you defining my name, right? We'll just play the audio and we'll show both audios of you now saying it's personal after saying you don't get personal. You just said it. It's personal with you and Kyrie Irving. Thanks, Jeanette. I appreciate that for the love and support. Jeanette Daniels. So Kwame, who had no reason to lie, has been telling the truth about Stephen A. all along. And if you let people talk long enough, they'll reveal themselves. And Stephen A. revealed himself. That's what happened. Stephen A. lost a penny? Oh, he has. Those book sales, dry. Dry as the Ruffles potato chips. Why do you equate things to money? When I said somebody was lying, why did that equate to money with you? Right away, you go to money. What's up, Gene? Oh yeah, hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss anything. But why do you go to money? He rich though. So because you got money, you don't lie? Those be the biggest liars. Because they have a lot to lose. Their ego is at a certain level. LeBron lie all the time, B. The biggest liars be the richer they are, then the more they got to lie. They got to lie to keep it. Stephen A, he's so stupid, he's actually underpaid. Since you want to talk about money, Shannon Sharp making more money than him and doing less work. Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, they're making more money than Stephen A. Smith and doing less work. They got Stephen A. doing like 55 jobs. You're going to do the NBA today, then we're going to fly you out. We're going to fly you out, and then you got to wake up and go to Cali, then you got to fly back to Missouri. We want you to cover the Mississippi game. Yeah, Brad's sick. They highest paid commodity, right? And they just taking him and throwing him everywhere. He going to be dead tired and sleep and passed out. Skip Bayless does his show, one show. After those 3 hours is up out of the day, Skip can kick it. We are, you know what? Time to kick it. Yep. Day over. Show over. Good show today. Good work. Now let's go kick it. Kwame ain't got to lie. What has he got to lose? What would be his gain for lying? See, you got, when someone lies, you look at what they have to gain out of the situation. Stephen A. lied to Jay Williams live on the show because he knew it was something personal with Kyrie Irving that he just admitted to now, but he lied in front of Jay Williams because he didn't want Jay Williams to be right because he was getting owned on his own damn show. You couldn't let that man walk out of there with that over his head. Be like, he got Stephen A. to admit it was personal live on the air. Jay Williams the GOAT. They already saying he the GOAT. But what he did, he came on your show and shut you down on your show and made you look stupid. And then you would have looked even worse by sitting there trying to argue that and saying something else. Now, you have an obligation, Stephen A., to tell the world why you have a problem with Kyrie Irving. Now, you have to state the reason. Don't say, oh, he knows and I know. I won't say it, but he knows what it is. No. Tell us. You can't do that. Now you can backtrack it now. Because if you can go on TV and bash this man or talk about him every day, people are going to say it's personal. And now that you say you have a personal beef with him, but I'm being fair now, no, that don't add up. Now it's coming with a slant. See, you didn't already open Pandora's box. So now we got to know. Oh no, he don't apologize to black folks. See, that's the thing. He only do it to the pink folks. He don't apologize. He ain't finna apologize to the brother. It's pink folks only. That man said that in front of the whole world. That's what made it weird. All right, the video told it all. He sat there and told the whole world he's biased. How did that happen, Stephen A? When people lie, they make fools of themselves.
Hey, let's talk about your last couple of days.
Yeah, man.
Because the NBA, you know, is
Sorry. Yeah. He went on the court. He was the best at what he did as a power forward. He holding dock area at that doesn't stop me. It's personal. He knows why. It's personal. We're gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences. I'm still gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. I'm still gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. I'm still gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why. We're gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why. We're gonna be fair. Now, me and Kyrie have our differences that I don't think will ever be settled. He knows why. It's personal. I'm not gonna say why. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop me.
Yeah, it does stop you. It don't stop you from doing your job, but it makes your job look jaded. If you have a personal issue with somebody, we can put my personal issue with you to the side so that I can be fair in justifying you. You haven't been fair talking about Kyrie, and everybody knows it. But before you even said that, we knew it was something personal. You don't say it as in, man, this guy is being fair. That's like me saying, well, LeBron James is a bum who takes like 6 steps to the basket, offensive fouls, has no basketball moves. But, he spoke real nice to the guy outside. And it was a lot of pressure on him at 18 coming in the league. So, I gotta, he is, good to his dog and his kids. I think, he is a good. What does that have to do with it? LeBron keeps his cars clean, man. I mean, really. He's out there waxing, a guy like that who's on the road traveling, he comes home, he still finds time to take care of his cars and stuff. That lets you know about the character of a man. But I hate him. So, my thing is, when we get to this point in our lives where we can allow such disrespect to take place, when we can allow certain people to have allowances to say whatever they want to say, but when they get called out on it, they don't know how to respond, and they choose who they want to respond to and how they want to respond. See, the how is another part. Mm-hmm. Well, what's up? Is that Marty? Poor is a condition of thinking. The reason why most blacks are poor because they're not taught economics. They're not taught where to invest their money. They're not taught the things that normally everybody else would, would learn. Mm. Of course. They did the same thing to Russell Westbrook. They did the same thing to Russell Westbrook. See, Stephen A. Smith has always been the same way. He ain't never changed. He been the same low down, dirty scum he's always been. Nothing gonna change with him. He stopped being for the brothers once he got fired from ESPN. And he came back like, I'm gonna kiss y'all feet because Skip Bayless brought me back home. Jalen Rose was already working with ESPN. He was already broadcasting. Stephen A. was outside of the loop. He was being brought in as a special guest. First Take is not like it used to be. It used to be a Wild West cowboy show where you could just say outlandish stuff about the athletes. I mean, the most egregious. Now you can't do that anymore. Y'all act like Kwame Brown just said one thing about Stephen A. Smith. He said something about Skip Bayless too. Skip Bayless had took up for Kwame Brown in the whole thing. He took up for Kwame Brown when he made his statement now. Kwame didn't give a damn. Kwame remember what you said 20 years ago, 15 years ago. He remembers. So it was F you too, Dracula. Which guy Shannon got Skip Bayless confused and mad. He was never going to mention Kwame Brown's name again. Every show talked about what Kwame Brown had said. And then all of them went dark on The Rock. Roy Hilbert, oh God, Roy Hilbert should never be having a conversation about anything, about anybody. Is that Roy Hilbert who got his woman took by Paul George and then his whole game went in the toilet? Because Paul George took his woman? That Roy Hilbert? You can't say nothing. Yeah. Right, then he went and married the woman anyway. After Paul George was wearing that out, you went back and married him. That Roy Hilbert? He's like, Paul, did you know that was my woman? Oh man, I ain't know this is your main thing. Oh yeah, you can have it back. I was just having fun. Yeah, there you go. It's all you, man. I'm gonna go get another one. I ain't know you wanted it back, homie. Yeah, it's over here. Oh, okay, cool. You know, it could be like both of ours. I'll just keep her in my house. Oh, man. Listen. Yeah. He's a proven liar now. Stephen A has got to come out and tell everybody why he did what he did. Mr. Bailey always come at the end of the video. I swear to God. But yeah, now he got caught in his lie. This whole video exposed it. So anybody who got a problem think we just made something up, you heard it right out of Stephen A's mouth. He can't backtrack his way out of this one. And I think he owes it to Kyrie Irving, since he did it on a public platform, to go out and explain why he did what he did. Oh, well, you know, it's the way it is. You got 6 to 7 different reasons as to why Stephen A did what he did. But none of them make any sense.